Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. If you like The Mike Wagner Show and you want to make your own podcast, well, let me tell you about Anchor. First of all, it's free. Secondly, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. You can also add any song from Spotify directly to your episodes. The possibilities are endless. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. You can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, many more. You can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios and sponsored by international award-winning author Mia Mosinzia of Missing. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on over 40 podcast platforms, as well as HamiltonRadio.net, Diamonds FM, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. We can be heard in over 100 countries, featuring over 1,000 well-known and amazing guests throughout the globe. And named one of the top 100 global podcasts in the New York Weekly Times, Hollywood Entertainment News, Los Angeles Weekly Times, Apple, and Chartable. So sit back and relax and enjoy another great episode of the award-winning Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give an official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Mosinzia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Mosinzia, available on Amazon paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those you love be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Mosinzia has garnered great reviews. And E of 11 enjoys by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and Nails. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Mosinzia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com on over 40 podcast platforms, heard in over 100 countries, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple Music, and more. Also on HamiltonRadio.net, Diamonds FM, Oldies Radio, and Field is coming soon. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, hoodies, makes great Christmas gifts 24/7. Go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Mosinzia for great books like Missing, Wrinkles, also great merchandise like T-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, and more. Amazon.com/Mia Mosinzia. Check us out today. I'll support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you do so today. We're here with a terrific lady who, according to Gary U.S. Bonds, a legendary singer, she is the real deal. She began singing at the age of 3, entered her first contest, took second place, and she was also featured on numerous radio stations in the New England area, performed with Gary U.S. Bonds, Southside Johnny, International Country Superstar Cam, and also appeared in the Columbus Day Parade, Fenway Park. Also, Gary Leavitt and Friends, and soon to be singing on PBS. We'll talk about that. And her dad, well, he's a famous Boston DJ and entertainer of a man of 1,000 voices. He was on the program, and if we mention the name, you'll probably know. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in beautiful downtown Boston, the amazing, multi-talented singer, songwriter, and the next real thing in country. Ladies and gentlemen, the very multi-talented Renee Leavitt. Renee, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Well, it's great to have you on board, Renee. So according to Gary U.S. Bonds, who is not out of work, they say, you're the real deal, and began singing at the age of 3. You enter your first contest at 8, taking second place. You also feature on numerous radio stations in the New England area and performed on Gary Leavitt and Friends, Gary U.S. Bonds, Southside Johnny, International Country Superstar Cam. You also appeared in the Columbus Day Parade, Fenway Park, and also you was soon to have a little theme song on PBS, and your dad's a famous Boston DJ, a tremendous one. I love his show. DJ, entertainer, and a man of 1,000 voices. He does a great job. And of course, you also got some music as well, too. You got The Story, Christmas with Renee, the sequel, and more. And we'll talk about some of your others, including your latest, Bigger Than Your Dream. And before getting all that, Renee, tell us how you first got started.
Sure. So when I was 3 years old, I started singing because I saw my dad performing a lot. He used to impersonate Bruce Springsteen. I still think they look a lot alike. So it was a good match.
Even I'm mistaken him from him as the boss. Is he still born in USA?
Yeah. So I saw my dad performing and it looked like a lot of fun. So I started singing. I remember my mom and dad telling me that I would be singing in the car along to songs such as Andy Kim or Toby Keith. And my parents noticed that I actually had a voice and I was actually like able to hit the notes and stay on key.
Wow.
So that was a lot of fun. And then I progressed. When I was 8 years old, I entered a competition called Woburn Idol. My dad actually put it on, and I was able to win without his bias because it was all judges that we didn't know. I went under a different last name, so it wasn't like, oh, the Leavitt kid won. And it was just a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. And that's really good, too. What was it one precise moment that simply influenced you into what you're doing for the rest of your career?
I'd say that a lot of my emotions when I wrote earlier songs came from, being an angsty little teenager. I wrote my first song at the age of 13 and I haven't stopped since. I really enjoyed writing songs. I really enjoy being a part of a band and being able to express my emotions through music. So I'd say that probably back in 7th grade when I decided to write my first song was the moment that I decided that I wanted to do music for a career.
That is really interesting as well, too. And who are some of your favorite artists, singers, and songwriters growing up?
Right now, I listen to a lot of AJR. They're a pop band. I actually just saw My Chemical Romance, which is a pop punk band. And then people that have inspired me over the years are, as I said, Andy Kim, Toby Keith, and then the queen of country music, Taylor Swift. I listened to a lot of her songs growing up, and I still find myself singing Love Story in the car.
Oh my gosh. And I think you can still imagine the white sneakers she was singing in that first song as well, too. And you also got some music as well, too. You got The Story, Christmas with Renee, the sequel. You also been in a number of events, a number of radio stations in the New England area. We'll talk about your music and more, but first listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. It's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give an official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those you love will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews. In Eve 11 endorses by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Ford Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today, or goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia. Available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com with over 40 podcast platforms, heard in over 100 countries. Also on HamiltonRadio.net, Diamonds FM, Oldies Radio, and a few others coming soon. Take us with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok today. For great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great books, merchandise, and more. Make sure you check it out today. Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. I'll support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you do so today. We're here with the multi-talented singer-songwriter Renee Leavitt from the Boston area here on the Mike Wagner Show. And you've been on a number of radio stations in New England area, performing with Gary Osborne, Southside Johnny, and country superstar Cam as well, too. And, tell us about that. And how'd you first come across Gary Osborne? He
Sure.
talked a lot great about you.
Yeah, so I actually, when I was in elementary school, my dad put out a show called Gary Leavitt and Friends, which eventually developed into the radio show that he has now. But he had Gary U.S. Bonds on with his entire band. And at the end of them singing This Little Girl, I just went from the audience and I ran up and I jumped into his arms and he gave me a hug and I was able to, perform with him a little bit, and it was a lot of fun.
And of course, you're called the real deal. How do you like that? So
It's very good. I like that title quite a lot.
You certainly did as well too. You also won the Columbus Day Parade, Fenway Park, and of course Gary Leavitt and Friends, and of course being a sports fan as well too. What was it like being in Fenway Park, and how big of a Red Sox fan are you?
Well, I've been to 4 games so far this season, so I'd have to say that I'm a big fan of the Red Sox. And being there last September to be able to sing the national anthem was absolutely incredible. The stands were full. I was super nervous at the beginning, but as soon as I got to "And the Rockets' Red Glare," I knew that I'd nail it. And so it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed myself.
Now, were they playing the Yankees at that time?
No, I don't think it was the Yankees game.
And of course, every packed game at Fenway had to have some Yankee fans in it too. And the Yankees play, it's like that had to be a big deal too. So we just had to find out if it was the Yankees or not. So we want to make sure you didn't get pelted by Yankee fans or anything like that. So
yeah, no Yankees fans there that day.
Well, that's a good thing as well too. And of course, you also had some other music too, like I had your releases, The Story, Christmas with Renee, the sequel, and more. You also had Walk with a Big Guy, Everybody Wants to Be Loved, Meet Me on the Moon, and tell us about your first release as well too, and what inspired you to write.
Sure. So the first song that I ever wrote was called Boy Oh Boy. I wrote it when I was 13 years old, but with technology, I didn't really understand how to make albums and stuff until more recently. So when I published the first album called The Story, I put Boy Oh Boy on it. I have Meet Me on the Moon, Everybody Wants to Be Loved. All those songs that you mentioned are on there. I have like 8 songs per album. And when I was writing Boy Oh Boy, I was really just upset because I was a 13-year-old that had crushes on guys. And when boys are 13, they don't like you back. So I kind of put my heart and soul into that song, and I mirrored Toby Keith's "How Do You Like Me Now," and I really just felt inspired to write. So,
What are some of the things also inspired you to write lyrics? It's like what inspired write the other songs as well too, like with Lord Willing, Where Were You, Less Is More, and more. And what is the piece of lyrics on?
Sure. So I would love to talk about one of the songs, Walk with the Big Guy. It's one that I took a lot of inspiration writing. I've been a lifelong Catholic. I actually teach religious studies at a middle school, and everything that I do for God. So when I was writing that song in particular, it was a conversation between me and God. Each line that I wrote on the paper, it was me trying to convey how I see conversing with my God.
That's rather interesting. And what inspired you to become a teacher?
Well, actually, I thought for the longest time I wanted to be a lawyer, but at the end of my college career in undergrad, I decided that I didn't want to be a lawyer anymore, and that I thought teaching would be a much more fulfilling profession.
And why would you say it's more fulfilling?
Well, you get to change lives in a way that I'd be really passionate about. So I am super passionate about God, and being able to teach kids about who God is, what God looks like in the world, and how we can connect with him is just the most important thing in my personal opinion.
You also had some songs about it as well too. You've got Christmas with Renee and sequel. You can tell us about some of those and some of the songs if you like, what inspired you to write. And if there's other music out there too that we haven't covered, feel free to cover as well.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So for Christmas with Renee, I took 4 of my favorite Christmas songs, made covers of them. I had a friend do the backing for the acoustic guitar, and then I went in and I did harmonies and I did melodies, and that one was super fun. I'm looking to actually maybe create a new Christmas song for this coming year. It's in the process right now, so we'll see if that actually happens or if it gets postponed until next year. But other than that, I'm actually in the middle of writing a 3rd album. I have 4 songs out of the 8 covered already. They're recorded, they're mastered. And then the other 4 are in the process of being made with the instruments and then being mastered as well.
Can
I'm
you
looking forward to that.
can you give us like a little preview to what can we expect and what do you base the lyrics on as well too? It's just like, do you keep it the same like with the sequel, the story, Christmas of Renee, or is it going to be a completely different direction?
Sure. So I'm actually trying to expand a little bit. Instead of simply country music, I'm looking into country and rock and country and pop. And then there's also a song that's being developed right now that's a little more country and jazz.
Oh,
So I'm
wow.
just trying to be experimental and see what I can do. One of the songs is also going to be both English and French. So I'm just trying to have fun. And then there will be some fast pace, some slow pace. So pretty similar to the first 2 albums. Not so similar to the Christmas album because I won't be putting any Christmas songs on this one. But in sequence, I have the story is the first one. I have the sequel as the second one. And if you can guess it, trilogy will be the third one, like the book sort of thing.
Oh, that's really interesting. I like that name of the album, Trilogy. And now, of course, you mentioned about mixing country or jazz as well, too. Who are some of your favorite jazz artists?
So I actually really like a French jazz artist. Her name is Zaz. She sings a song called On Ira, and it's really beautiful. I actually saw her twice, once in London and once in Boston.
Wow, that's really interesting. And I suppose you could speak French as well, too. Now, will you be putting any character voices just like your dad in any of these albums? Okay. And can you do a cartoon character voice or anything just like your dad?
I have one of the characters for his cartoon that's going to be on PBS at some point, but it's not too much different from my own voice. I can do a few characters, like I can do a Blue's Clues really good, and I can also do a Mickey Mouse really good.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's about it.
Blues Clues fans out there, we like to hear you speak a little Blues Clues, throw in a little Mickey Mouse as well, too. Like, hi there, kids.
So my Blues Clues sound something like and then the Mickey Mouse is more of just the laugh. I go, ho, ho.
Oh, that is really interesting. And mind if I ask you, what show is going to be you're going to be featured on PBS?
Sure. So my dad is currently in the process of getting a show that he wrote. It's called Charlie Horse, and it is about a horse who is disabled. He meets a new stable of horses. They become fast friends. He has friends as well from his previous time. He actually saved a baby bear from a fire, and that's how he became disabled. And the whole story is about equality and friendship, and it promotes anti-bullying. And I'm playing the lead female horse. Her name is Sheena the Shetland Pony. And I also sing the theme song, which is called Friends for Life, which was written by myself, my father, and a friend of ours named Peter Harper. So
that is really nice too. And of course, we did talk about Charlie Horse when I had your dad on the show too. And he also makes a great Bozo the Clown. It's like,
yeah.
and of course, how does it feel when people say, "Hey, your dad's like Bozo the Clown"? Speaking very big in New England, we have Bozo the Clown in Chicago, and I'm sure there's like some in New York, Los Angeles, Miami, but New England, that's gonna be a big thing.
Yeah. My dad's kind of a local legend. Everybody notices him. Everyone recognizes him. I've been out sometimes and somebody will come up to me and I'm not even with my dad. And they'll be like, "You Gary Leavitt's daughter?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am."
And throwing some few voices too. And, just kind of throw people for a loop. So.
Oh, absolutely.
And of course, we'll talk about one of your other releases you really want to talk about, Bigger Than Your Dream. We'll talk about in just 1 minute. You listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international war-wearing author Mia Molson's The Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We'll be back with the multi-talented singer-songwriter Renee Leavitt after this time out.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Ray Powers, and boy, are you in luck. Right place, right time. Tuned in to the Mike Wagner Show. You heard me.
We're back with the multi-talented singer-songwriter from the New England area, Renee Leavitt, here on the Mike Wagner Show. We talked about the story, Christmas with Renee, the sequel, the upcoming trilogy, and more. You also have a recent release, which has gotten a lot of attention on Spotify, called Bigger Than Your Dream. And tell us more about that and what inspired you to write it.
Sure. So I actually co-wrote that one with a friend of mine. And we wrote it, and it was basically about my journey as a singer. So the lyrics are really about me having a conversation with myself, whether I want to stay in the past and live through all my memories, or whether I want to pursue my future and my career and my dreams. So it's called Bigger Than Your Dreams. It's also really about having that healthy balance between both your future and your past, because you can't just fully let go of your past in order to just pursue your dreams. So I look at it as a conversation between myself, just trying to figure out what to do with my life.
And talk about, having your future and letting go of the past somehow. Where do you see yourself in about a few years from now, Renee?
A few years from now, I'll hopefully be getting a PhD. I'm currently going to Boston College for my second master's degree.
Nice.
I'm hoping to graduate. Oh, thank you. I'm hoping to graduate with that within the next 6 or 7 months. It's a pretty short degree. And then from there, I'm looking forward to applying to PhD programs and hopefully becoming a professor of theology or a doctor of theology.
Oh, that is simply amazing. It's we're looking forward to what you're doing and everything. And where can we find all your music in the meantime, Renee?
Sure. All my music, it can be found on Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, the Prime Music feature on Amazon. Just about every single streaming service has me right now. You just have to type in Renee Leavitt. That's ReneeLeaVit. V as in Victor, ITT. You can also find me on YouTube. I have a music video for the gospel song that I was talking about, Walk with the Big Guy. And I also do have the filming of the national anthem at Fenway Park on the YouTube channel as well.
All right, we're certainly looking forward to that as well, too. We'll check out your music. We're with a singer-songwriter, very multi-talented from New England, Renee Leavitt, here on the Mike Wagner Show. And just a few more, Renee, we'd love to have you back as well, too, and keep us updated. And besides Trilogy, what else can we expect from you in 2022 into 2023 and beyond?
You can expect a lot of videos from performances. I've been gigging quite a lot this year with my band, and I'm hoping to continue to be booked on the weekends with those gigs.
And we're certainly looking forward to it. So if you're in the Boston area, check out Renee Leavitt as well, too, and listen to her dad, Gary, on the radio as well, too. And if you're a Bozo fan, you can check it out, too. So if you're in the New England area, make sure you check out the Levitts. They're amazing. And who do you consider your biggest influence in your career?
Well, I'm just going to go with the easy answer. I'd probably say my dad is my biggest influence. He's really pushed me to be the best person that I can be.
Okay. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
At this point, to all the singers out there or to anyone that is trying to advance their careers in any format, just keep going. It might get tough, but things do get better.
Mm-hmm. And certainly does as well, too. We're with the multi-talented singer-songwriter from the New England area, Renee Leavitt, here on the Mike Wagner Show. Renee, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back. We'd like to have your dad and you on the show together one day. In the meantime, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or check out your music?
Sure. You can check me out at renee.fyi or reneeleavitt.com. So that's once again RENEELEA, V as in Victor, ITT.com. I also have a Facebook page called Renee Leavitt Singer. You can find all of the updated gigs. I'll be dropping the album on Spotify, Apple Music, Prime Music, all of the streaming services. And the album is going to be called Trilogy.
We'll certainly check that out as well. Once again, Renee, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you soon. Make sure you keep this up to date. Keep in touch. Love that back. We wish you all the best. Say hello to your dad for us. And Renee, you definitely have a great future ahead of you. Wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show. Brought to you by international award-winning author Mia Mohsen-Zia of Missing. And powered by Sonic Web Studios. Be sure to join us again on over 40 podcast platforms. And of course on the MikeWagnerShow.com, HamiltonRadio.net, and Diamonds FM. Don't forget to support our program with a generous donation at the MikeWagnerShow.com. Thanks for listening.